Thank you, Malika. It's going to be hard to hear tonight in this arena as the Thunder back in the conference finals for the first time in 9 years. This place is loud. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 35 points in Game 7 on Sunday to advance. And now the next foe, Anthony Edwards and the T-Wolves, who are raring to go, have not played since last Wednesday when they wrapped up their second round. As we welcome you to NBA Courtside, sponsored by Pronamel. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals with Richard Jefferson and Doris Burke. Mike Breen on hand. Lisa Salters with us as well. What a matchup this is. Two teams right now currently playing just beautiful team basketball, led by two of the brightest young stars in the game. Let's start with OKC. Second round wasn't easy. Despite the Game 7 blowout, Denver gave them all they could handle. But they stay connected, Doris, and one of the main reasons is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not just a star player, he's a star leader.
Shai is one of those guys who makes his teammates comfortable because he plays with a poise and a maturity beyond his years. And since he entered the helm of this organization, he has been one of the most prolific downhill drivers in the game. And remember, he's 6'6", so he's near the cup. That finishability is top-notch. That's his favorite spot. He's been the most prolific jump shooter. And because of the scoring and productivity, he makes the guys around him better. And consider the rarefied air he is in right now. 3 straight years of 30 points and 50% shooting. The only other guard to do it, Michael Jordan. That is rare air indeed.
Meanwhile, for Minnesota, this is their second straight year in the conference finals. Last year, they lose to Dallas in 5 games, and last year, Anthony Edwards put up great numbers in that series. This year in the playoffs, putting up great numbers, but he's a different player, Richard.
He is a different player, but the same thing still remains the same. He is absolutely dominant on that floor. When you watch Anthony Edwards play, he is still one of the most athletic players in this league. And when you start to key in on that, what does he do? He leads the league in three-point makes. There is no answer to his offensive game. You want to crowd him, you want to mix it up, what does he do? He gets in the paint and he's able to make his teammates better. At 25-6 since March 1, his Minnesota Timberwolves are playing their best basketball right now.
With more on these two dynamic point guards, let's check in with Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Mike. Well, this series will showcase the NBA's top 2 scorers, both guys vying to become the next face of this league. SGA led the league in total points scored in the regular season. Anthony Edwards about 300 points behind him. Neither one has said much publicly about what it will be like to go up against each other. I asked Edwards for his thoughts about the matchup, and he said simply, no thoughts, I'm just ready to play. In an interview with Stephen A. Smith last season, Ant made it clear, though, that he believes he's the better player. Better, he said, than any of the other young talent in the league. But SGA has been dominating this head-to-head matchup, averaging 34.2 points in the last 11 games. That's the most by any player against the Timberwolves over the last 3 seasons, Mike.
Thanks, Lisa. Timberwolves Thunder. It starts tonight.
5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
NBA Courtside on ESPN is presented by Pronamel Clinical Enamel Strength. 3 times stronger enamel with twice daily brushing. Welcome back to NBA Courtside, presented by Pronamel.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander getting set here for the biggest game in his career. Kendrick Perkins, you know what it takes to win in this building on this stage in the conference finals. For SGA, what step is he going to need to take in this game?
Well, I think the step is, you talked about the zone, right? They're going to throw the zone out there. The next step is trusting others, right? If you trust others, keep the defense honest, it's going to continue to open up the game for SGA and continue to be able to allow him to go one-on-one because others start being more effective.
I'll tell you what, you know what we're going to remember after this season? Who won the championship? Both of these teams are halfway there. This is another step. This is a big game. Game 1 will set a tone for this series. Huge game tonight in Oklahoma City.
On the other side of this, Anthony Edwards. Stephen A., what are you watching from him?
I'm watching to see how assertive and aggressive he is. He understands who Oklahoma City is. He understands what's going to be required in order to knock them off. And it starts and ends with him. And he has to accept the challenge and rise to the occasion and let everybody know all of this noise about him wanting all that smoke was absolutely positively true. He wants it, he's aiming for it, he's coming for it like a shark in blood-infested water, and he's here to take it.
I tell you what, his teammates better get Lou Dort off him. Lou Dort, first-team All-NBA defender. His teammates got to get Anthony Edwards in space, let him attack. And he's also got to find a way to get out in transition. You do not want to play a half-court game against the #1 defense in the NBA.
This building is rocking. It's time for tip-off.
The NBA Western Conference Finals are presented by AT&T. Connecting changes everything. And in part by How to Train Your Dragon, only in theaters June 13th. And Google, proud sponsor of the NBA.
Two teams with lofty ambitions, loaded with confidence, loaded with chemistry.
There is no satisfaction. We just got here. We haven't done anything yet.
If you don't bring your A game, it could all be over with.
We watch and wonder, is this the future? They're certain it's their time now.
A lot of people didn't think we was going to make it right here. We got to be ready to compete this time.
We play a really good team in the Timberwolves, and we got to try to beat them 4 times before they beat us 4 times and come out on the right end of it.
The conference finals, a time for focus and character. So close to the goal, with the knowledge and reality of the sacrifice it will take to get there.
And here we go. It's the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Oklahoma City Thunder as we welcome you to the Western Conference Finals, presented by AT&T. The NBA playoffs, it's down to 4 teams remaining as we welcome you to Oklahoma City. They've had some stormy weather recent days, but a beautiful evening to kick off this riveting conference final. Right now, let's listen to both head coaches and their pregame speeches before game 1.
Should be aggressive anyways, but certainly with these guys on the floor, right? Doesn't change how we play, it's just a mindset. I thought that was one of the best things we did Sunday. Like, we were not settling for anything on Sunday, right? On the gas, we're in the paint right here. We showed this one on Saturday. Great extra pass on the gas again, right? Play with force, make them deal with us.
Right, don't feed them. In the half court, they do struggle to consistently score. It's the turnovers to transition points that they absolutely thrive on. They are a knockout punch team.
Well, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They're brought to you by Ford. Both teams, the same starting 5 for all of their team's playoff games for Minnesota and from OKC. And that means 2 things. Things are going well, and everybody's healthy. So they're set to go here to begin the 3rd round of the NBA playoffs. And each round, Richard, the adrenaline just has to keep increasing as you get ready for game 1 of a conference final.
The adrenaline just keeps pumping. The first game in these types of moments, the first 5 minutes, you're just trying to keep your emotions down. You're trying to calm yourself, which is a lot easier said than done.
And this crowd is certainly ready. Boy, did they go nuts the other night in the Game 7 victory against Denver afterwards. Such a hard-fought series. Minnesota, they're just so psyched up to get back on the court as they wrapped up their series with Golden State last Wednesday. And both these teams